I'm very excited to be able to hand over to Shujo and Arian in a second to teach us all how to bake carrot cake. I think it's getting a bit miserable out there, so I think comfort food like this is much needed. So very excited to see how they get on. Other than that, have a really great session, and I'll hand over to you, Shujo and Arian now. Have fun, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Go introduce yourself.
I'm Shujo.
You'll probably know.
Yeah.
I'm Arian.
We're Shujo now.
Yeah. Now, can anyone tell me the key ingredient for carrot cake? It's a carrot.
Tough crowd.
Yeah,
Tough crowd.
it's a carrot. So the first thing that we like to do is actually preheat the oven. So I don't know why I mentioned carrots. So
go
preheat the oven, 180 degrees.
Do you want to do that?
I'll do it.
Because I can't do it. It's not my oven. Not because I don't know how to preheat an oven, but it's not my oven. Perfect. Shall we?
The tray.
Begin now with your baking tins. So if you have one big baking tin, you can get that and line it with baking paper. Or if you have two small ones like we have
two.
You can do that too. It's up to you. But if you have one big one, up to you. But yeah, no, if you have one big one, that's even better.
Yeah.
Or two small ones.
Do you want to explain to them how it would work really quickly if you have two or one?
So if you have two, you get this one. You put the mixture half into each, and then you bake them both. And then once you have the frosting, then it goes cake, frosting, cake,
exactly.
Frosting. Or if you have one big one, you can just get that one big one, and then at the end of baking, you cut it in half, and then it goes. You have two halves of cake, frosting, cake, frosting. Or you could just have cake, frosting. No cake, frosting, just cake, just frosting. Cake, frosting.
Up to you.
Up to you.
Well, to the oyster. We give you the ingredients.
And you make of it what you will.
Yeah.
Good. Just facilitating.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so hopefully you have your tins ready now. It's about the cake and frosting, exactly. And we're going to begin now. Let me just get my notes out.
The carrots, bro.
So we're going to get the carrots. So we need about 3 carrots, 3 large carrots, about like head-sized carrots, depending on how big your head is really. And we did say 260 grams, but like it's quite rough.
We actually did a weighing.
Yeah.
Most carrots from the supermarket, roughly 3 of them are about 260.
About 260.
Yeah, we did about 10 experiments just to make sure.
It depends which supermarket though, but yeah. That's what we can only guarantee for Tesco. I can't guarantee everything else, but yeah. So we have our 3 carrots, and all we're going to do is we're going to grate the carrots. Oh, we're going to wash them first.
Because then one's out. Ow!
Yep. Pears. So, sorry, I was just thinking pears. Right. So, I'm going to get camera 2 ready, and we're going to show you the grating. So, give me 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Studio, can we switch to camera 2? Oh, that's my face, and not. 1 sec. There we go. Not me. Still me. Hang on a sec. There we go. Can we spotlight camera 2? There we go. Okay, so we have our grater and we have our carrots, and all you do is grate from the pointy ends, like so.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Perfect. Oh my God. Good motion. Keep it up.
You know, the one I did last year, we did 6 carrots.
Did you? Oh no, we did not peel the skin. We just went for it like
because
this.
The skin's got quite a lot of
good
cake. Vitamin.
Yeah, it's for the cake combustion. It's good for it. Science. Paul Hollywood actually recommended it, and so did Mary Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no! Look at that crap.
Oh no.
Can you guys see it?
You see that?
That's mad.
We get pre-cut carrots.
Do you want a great one or should I?
Are
you sure?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, you're mixing the mix.
Is it round or square cake tin? It doesn't matter. It's up to you really. We've used round ones, but a square tin would be fine.
Even triangle.
Triangle if you have a triangle one. Or has anyone seen like a hexagonal one? Doesn't exist. Cool. We've got a bit of a workout in this one too with your grating.
Suja actually used this recipe on Great British Bake Off stuff.
Great British Bake Off.
Yeah, he got kicked out after the first time. If the cake was too good, Paul said, I need to take that recipe. And that's where the recipe comes from.
That's what happened, exactly.
Now, some of you might be wondering, what we're going to do because carrots got a lot of moisture in it.
Well, good question. We're going to make carrot juice.
What do you have?
Right, so we've got the carrots grated, and we have a nice little pile of grated carrots.
This is a fun bit, personally. We want to get some of the moisture out of the carrot cake, otherwise it ruins the actual cake content due to the
Too moist.
too moist.
Yeah,
So get your hands in
like so.
like this.
Get a bowl,
Get
another bowl like
bowl
this,
Aishi.
and then squeeze. See that juice? You can drink it. Probably wouldn't, but
Can you hear all that?
yeah, is that your laptop? It's quite loud. Okay, and we're still squeezing. Squeeze. Oh my god, that is quite a sound. Okay, and we're just going to do that a few times to our carrots to get rid of the moisture.
I actually watched this on YouTube as a added technique of getting a good carrot cake. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Excellent.
Put some effort into it, Chanel.
I'm just going to really quickly rinse that bowl out.
Okay, I'm going to show you the carrots in the meantime.
What's the next stage anyway?
So the next thing we're preparing for is to get our flour ready. So we can put it into our nice big baking bowl that I've got here. So if you are done, you can start measuring out 230 grams. 230. Let me double check. Yeah, 230 grams of self-raising flour. So if you're done, you can get 230 grams of self-raising flour.
Do you want me to weigh that for us, or do you want to weigh it?
Yeah, sure, I can weigh
You
it.
can weigh it. How about you weigh it? I'll take camera 2.
All right, camera 2, here we go. All right, so we're going to get our self-raising flour. Also, the carrots on the top to match with the baking. Yeah, with the carrots. Just appreciate that. Okay, so 230 grams. We're going to weigh that out. Okay.
So give it a bit more, because last time the mixture was a bit.
Oh yeah. So last time when we made it, we had to add a bit more flour. So it probably might be a good idea to add maybe like 250 for now. 250. 250.
Because you'll see what.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like it's like a fluid type thing. All right.
What's next?
So we're gonna get our flour, and we want, if you have a sieve, controversial whether or not to use one, but here we go.
No, there's no controversy.
So if you have a sieve, you sieve your flour into your bowl. If you don't have one, you don't need one, but it's a good way to thin out the thicker bits. So pour some into
Just
your sieve.
sieve it again.
Shake it about.
Look at that. Can you see that fine textured flour? It's sensational. Yeah, slap it.
For those of you who came to our last Show Me How, you might be familiar with our technique, smack and pull, that we use for our dough. Same sort of thing, just instead we're just smacking. So off you go. Put a bit more into the sieve. And keep smacking. Get all the flour into your bowl.
I think that is a sight for sore eyes. Look at that.
Snowing.
Yeah, we're going to keep going here because it was been the whole time.
Yeah, just get the rest in there.
It in there. It probably is a small sieve, isn't it?
Oh, I said it was a small sieve, and no one Didn't take me seriously. Okay, let's go. Oh my god. It's quite a lot of flour, isn't it?
Yeah, because but it's allowed. It's allowed.
Yeah.
Come on, actually, come on.
How do I get moisture out? You squeeze the carrots like extra hard over a bowl.
Yeah, you can squeeze it out. It's not necessary, but I think it's a good idea just to get some moisture.
I'm just going to smack this.
Because by the end of the whole mix, because we add oil and eggs in, that kind of has enough moisture, so you kind of want to just get some more. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, shall I leave it there?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's like, the whole point is to take it out.
Look, we go rogue every now and then. Okay. So, your flour's in there. Lovely.
Flour's in.
Next part is, let me check my notes. I
Some
believe
spices.
baking powder.
Yeah.
And then some spices. So you need about a teaspoon and a teaspoon, just a teaspoon of baking powder.
Yep.
So baking powder.
Bacon.
Over here.
Making bacon pancakes. Actually, we're definitely not making.
This is our drawer. This is the teaspoon.
Wrong spoon.
Wouldn't help if you just told me where the right spoon was. All right, so teaspoon over here. We get a nice whole.
Oh, that is too big, I think.
Get a nice load of baking powder.
Pop it in.
Job's done.
I reckon use that same spoon.
Yep. Then you go for your spices.
1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon.
Okay. We get 1.5 teaspoons of
ground
cinnamon. So I'm just going to take
now again, like you don't have to add any of these spices, but it's a good idea. The cinnamon, I think, is particularly nice.
Some of us don't like cinnamon, but you can add a little bit less,
a little bit more, but definitely, yeah.
So
nice.
1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon.
You want 1 teaspoon of ground ginger.
Ginger.
I reckon if you have a cold, ground ginger is the one for you. I reckon. In it goes. Oh, really?
Right, so put a teaspoon of ground ginger, and if you have mixed spice, if you have it, you can add a 1/2 teaspoon of mixed spice. A 1/2 teaspoon of mixed spice. But if you don't, then you don't need to put mixed spice. It's fine without it. So we've put in our flour, we've put baking powder, we've put our spices. Our spices being ginger and cinnamon, and mixed spice if you have it. And then after that, we're going to weigh out our sugar. So we need to get 230 grams of light brown sugar.
Muscavado sugar.
Muscavado, if you have.
Doesn't really, just as long as it's brown.
So we have.
Here's the muddy.
Made a bit of mess. Okay, we'll put that out. So sugar, 230 grams of this. We'll stick to the 230.
I think you can use the whole thing because it was.
Oh yeah, definitely. Put in. Oh, actually, yeah, it's a bit more.
How much is it?
We've gone for about 300 by accident. Should I take this lump out?
No, it's fine.
All right. Well, we've got a bit extra.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, we've got a bit rogue, but 230.
It doesn't, because at the end of the day,
Sugar.
sugar. We like sugar.
Yeah. And we just nicely dump it in.
Oh, put it in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to put it into that mixture. So
Excellent.
and
Pecan nuts.
Now we need to get our pecan nuts. We said 100 grams, but it's really up to you.
Yeah,
Whoa.
God, he's nearly breaking him.
We're going to keep that there.
Do you want me to do the nuts?
Nah, it's all right. Okay. Can you repeat sugar step? 230 grams of sugar.
Put it in
Just dump it in. There's no like sifting for that. We don't need the sieve.
I like to break these nuts up.
Yep, we're just going to put these nuts in. So we've got About a handful there,
Yeah,
you
handful.
can see. And we're just going to break them in our hands and put them in. So if you don't like nuts, you don't have to put them in. If you do, get them in there, go nuts. I'm just going to break them with my hand and put some in.
I think the nuts make a huge difference in the cake because of the textures. It's nice to have a contrasting texture between the soft cake and the hard nut.
Yeah, agreed. So, oh, oops, dropped the whole pecan in there. My bad.
Peak.
So, we're gonna.
Cool. I think that's good, isn't it?
Should I stop there?
Yeah.
I've got a few more. I just got these many.
Oh
left in
my
my hand.
He's really doing a good job there, though.
If you do have walnuts, you could use them instead.
I wouldn't provide cashew.
No, not cashew. No.
Or pistachio. Ooh.
Yeah, walnuts are good.
Yeah, walnuts are great. Okay, cool. Do you want to give that a quick mix, Suj? Oh,
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Last one. Okay, cool. So I'll put some pecan nuts in there, just a handful, and then we're going to put in our carrots, the final bit.
Carrots.
So I've got grated carrots, like so.
Like so.
I'm just going to put a bit.
That's in the top. Thanks, Suj.
Okay. So,
Oh, I need to clean that.
clean what?
This.
Okay. So we're just going to get our spoon ready, but for those of you who are ready, all you need to do is just mix up that mixture. Dry, it'll still be dry right now, so no wet ingredients yet. You just want to mix it up though, so that everything's like evenly distributed. So we're just going to get a spoon, but if you want to start mixing this together, then that's absolutely fine. Will just be one moment whilst we get that going. I might just use a tablespoon for now whilst we wait, and then we'll get the wooden spoon. So probably need a big spoon for this, but I'm just going to start evenly just distribute everything around, mix it up. Okay. Can I use an electric whisk? No, you don't need an electric whisk.
For the icing, though.
For the icing, you will need one. You might need one. It might be helpful. Right now, it's better if you just use a normal baking spoon, wooden spoon. Yeah. So you just need to do a bit of this to combine everything together. So just going from the bottom to the top.
Starting from the bottom.
Now we're here. Starting from the bottom. Now we're trying to pass it the next one. Okay. Right. So just mixing it up so everything's a bit distributed. You can smell a nice bit of ginger, a nice bit of cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
We are the cinnamon. Okay. Okay. La la la.
That's good.
Yeah, we've mixed it about enough. Yeah, just
No,
until
you're probably
good.
thinking the same as us.
This doesn't look like a cake.
No.
But okay. But that's because it's not a cake. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our eggs ready now. Okay, so I've done my my carrots into there, and what we need to do is in a separate bowl, you need to get some eggs ready. So I'm going to get Ariane to grab a separate bowl. If you are currently waiting, you can get your eggs ready. So we need 3 eggs, and we need to put them into a separate bowl. So I'm getting your eggs. Oh, I'm going to hide that because that's our cake from before that we'll show you momentarily. And we're just going to get the eggs. Okay, so we put our eggs into another bowl like that.
Put all our eggs in the basket.
We're just going to get a fork and just beat the eggs like this. Good theme tune. Okay, so we're just beating our eggs with a fork. Yeah, just like that. It is good. And then
oil. I mean sunflower oil.
Good. And we're just going to get our sunflower oil ready as well. So if you have a measuring jug, just going to put that out of the way. If you have a measuring jug, like so, get it ready. and you can measure out about 150 milliliters of oil. But actually, you probably don't need that much. We did it last time. We put less, maybe like 100 milliliters. But of course, if you can judge it on your own.
We found like we put a lot in.
We did put a lot in. So yeah, but it's up to you. We got about 100 in there. But obviously we did use a bit more flour. So we can put the whole 150. Yeah, but you can put a bit less. You can put a bit more. It's quite a fluid recipe right now. Okay, so we have our dry mixture, we have our eggs, and we have our oil. So we're going to put our eggs into the mixture like that. Lovely. And then we're going to stir that in a little bit. So with our spoon, yep. Ariane's going to stir the eggs in a little bit.
You should see it looks like a cake.
Yeah, it's ready to eat right now.
Tell them the trick about if you know it's ready.
If you can hang it above your head without it falling down, then it's ready. Yeah. We're joking, please don't do that. Okay, right, so we're just going to mix it about. Probably going to be a bit wet.
In with the oil, I think.
Yeah, get the oil in there too.
See how that is.
Yeah. There we go. The oil is going to help just move everything around. Just keep going. You're going to get like a sticky sort of mixture. Bit more oil. Yeah, cool. We're going to put the rest of our oil in.
Oil, do it. Sorry. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably going to have to.
I think that's all good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got a mixture that kind of looks like that.
So when you're done with that, pour it into your
Cake tins.
cake tins.
So you can pour into the one big one, or you can pour into the two small ones. We're just going to do that now.
I'll do that now.
We're going to get our cake tins ready.
Maybe tell them what's going to happen next.
Yeah. So whilst you get your cake tins ready, I'll just walk you through what we're going to do next. So we're going to get the mixture in the cake tins. Get them over here, pouring them in. Just pour some more. Good. We're just going to spread it about into the tin. Okay, and we'll just get the second one. And then what we're going to do once we've done, just finishing up on that. Once we're done with that, we're going to do our icing sugars. So we're going to get ours and put them into the oven now. Okay, so I'm just going to pass it over to Ariane.
Guys, does it matter which like oven shelf you put it on, like middle, top, bottom?
Go middle.
We've gone middle.
Yeah.
Last time and this time, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure 180 degrees for an hour.
Tell them the poke stick.
So some of you may have like thinner cake tins, maybe not as big. So if you get a knife or a skewer and put it in the middle, if it comes out and it's not wet with cake mixture, so you can't see anything on the skewer or on the knife, then you know it's done. So you might want to check it at about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, see if it's done, and just generally keep an eye on it. Yeah. But about an hour, we'll put our timer on. I'll just do that now.
Yeah. I'm just going to clean out surface ready for the sugar of ice.
Yeah. Okay. So got my timer on. Okay. Perfect. So an hour timer has been put on. Now we're just going to get ourselves ready to make some icing. An hour for the cake. Yes, an hour for the cake. And we're going to get ready to make some icing sugar. So just going to give you about a minute to
I'll give that quick
get
one.
yourselves
Sugar.
ready. Yeah.
Did you add butter?
No.
No.
Okay, thank you. That's okay.
Butter's for the icing sugar. Yeah.
Or you can grease the pan with the butter.
Yeah, you can grease it with butter, but you don't need butter in the cake mixture.
It's good to keep an eye out on your cake throughout its journey.
Yeah, just keep an eye. So we're going to get ready for our icing sugar bit. So
50
you're going to need another bowl. Maybe you've washed the bowl, but you've got another bowl, but it won't need as big of a bowl. But so for this, what you're going to need is 50 grams of butter. Okay, so you're going to get some butter, and you're going to cut off 50 grams. So I'm going to do that quickly. So that's 50 over here.
Do you need a knife?
Yeah,
You've got it. All sorted.
so get yourself a knife, and I'm just going to cut this butter. I'm just going to stick it in the bowl. Butter has gone into the bowl. Excuse the mess on the outside. We use that for the icing in the last one. So we get our butter in there, and you just want to break up the butter a little bit. Hopefully it's a bit softer, but if it's not, then you just need to break it up like this. Okay, just so it softens a little bit by itself. Okay, so just break it up in that bowl, and then just swirl it around a little bit so it softens up.
You're going to say break it up in the bowl again.
No, of course not. Okay, so you have about 50 grams of butter, just swirling it around in the bowl. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's nice and soft.
Obviously, if you've left your butter outside, it's easier.
So now, yeah, we're going to grab, let me check my notes. We're going to get, oh, you can use a hand mixer for this, by the way. So if you want, I think it was Ariane who said it before. If you want to use it, you can use it now. We're going to get our cream cheese, which is here. You need about 200 grams. We've just got a 180 gram pack. That was enough last time.
We didn't, you don't need too much cheese.
Yeah.
It's up to you, isn't it?
Just get a slab of it.
Just put it all in.
Just put it all in, really. Just chuck it into that.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can use a hand mixer if you want. You just want to beat it all together. As Michael Jackson once said,
Beat it.
Just beat it. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, really grab it.
Just trying to get all of it, really. If you have any salmon, you might want to use the last bits. That goes
And
well.
a bagel.
Yeah, it goes well with carrot cake for sure. Ariane's just going to hold that. So if you don't have a
Electric mixer.
electric whisk or electric mixer or hand mixer, you can just hold it like that and just combine them together.
And if you make the noise, it does the same job.
What does an electric whisk sound like? Don't know why I've just done that, but we're here now, aren't we? Okay.
Go on, really give it. Mix like you've never whipped before.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of food after this. That will go great with my dessert that I have. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Mix it up. It looks like it's getting somewhere, you know, just a little bit softer. You're really not going to see much difference until you get the icing sugar in there. So we're just going to beat this all together till it seems like you can't really see the butter anymore. So it's all sort of combined with the cream. So that seems about right.
Yeah, let's move on to the icing sugar.
We're going to get some icing sugar. So 100 grams of icing sugar. So we're going to get our icing sugar. As you can see over here. So you put your icing sugar into the bowl with the cream cheese and the butter. And then you just keep on mixing. Do it carefully because otherwise you end up like this. So how do you avoid that?
I'll show you.
Yeah, go on. So I'll just move this down so you can see. We're all about the similes, that's it. Cool. So we're just mixing that all together and you should see a nice little frosting come together after this.
You could eat this raw.
Yeah. You could eat any of this raw. Oh, that's a noise. perfect, I think. Getting there.
So ours looks a bit lumpy, I know. The reason why is because of the old one.
Yeah, we've still got some of the old thing in there, but if you just keep going, if there are any lumps, you can just keep mixing.
Yeah.
Hand mixer will probably help with that a lot.
But again, it doesn't matter because imperfections are perfect.
Okay, so we're just gonna mix it. Oh, how long have we got left?
Yeah, how long do we have left?
Oh, we're so early.
We're early.
Okay. Well, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine because you're still going. So
Yeah,
we're still going.
We're still going. You're still going.
We're for the people. From
So,
people.
yeah.
Okay. So we can keep watching.
To be honest, yeah. Just let us know when you're done with the icing.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
You've got peaks. So I'd say most of you are done. Ariane, how is that coming along for you?
Any questions? It is Ariane Karam who's in Seema's class. I'm just going to say it again.
Eliza, how is the mixture?
So we'd love to wait an hour, but so we just want to tell you what's going to happen for the next steps. So if you are a two tin person, in the oven,
2 tin calming,
as some might say. So if you are 2 tin person, then what you need to do is once you get your cakes out of the oven, you're going to have
let it cool.
Let it cool. You're going to have 2 layers there, but you're going to let them cool. And then once they're cooled, okay, you want to let them cool so that the frosting goes on there and doesn't just melt. So you're going to get 1 layer, you're going to get some frosting, you're going to get the other layer, and you're going to get some frosting. And so cake, frosting, you know, the famous mantra. If you're 1 tin, then you just cut the cake in half. If you want, you cut the cake in half, you then have 2 halves. You let them cool still.
And then it becomes the same principle as 2 tins.
Cake, frosting. But if you just want 1 layer, then cake, frosting. And this is what it might look like.
Here's one we made earlier.
We actually made this.
Now, the aesthetic is up to you.
4 out of 10, maybe.
The taste?
10 out of 10.
20 out of 15.
You guys already kind of talked about how to check to see whether the cake's ready, right? You're going to you poke it with a.
If it comes out dry, then you know it's ready. Keep an eye on it though, because you know some of them might be thinner, some of them might be thicker. So you might have to put it for more than an hour or less than an hour. So it's really just you checking on it every about 10, 15 minutes or so.
Good rule of thumb.
Yes.
Just wait an hour.
Excellent stuff.